Hi guys, welcome to another ReNewReViews video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cold and dark start the A-10C from DCS. So we're currently stuck at Batumi Air Base, Russia I think. I'm not too sure about that one. Real cold and dark, as you can see the canopy's open, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll go to the cockpit and begin. Right, so let's begin. So if you want to move down to the right hand side over here, really should sort the panning now, it's quite fast. And zoom in. So we're going to start off and we're going to start to the battery, which is this bottom third to the right. That one there. You can see all the everything comes alive. And we're going to open our AC generators as well and start those. Not so much start them, just arm them basically for when the engines become started. Going to start the inverter up as well, which is this one. And you can hear everything starts to kick in then. Okay, so I'm going to come over to the left hand side of the pilot and start the APU, which is this one down here. You can see now it's getting a bit louder. Whilst we're here, we're going to arm the ejection seat by clicking that handle down. And we're also going to turn all the boost pumps on, left to right and all four. Okay, so also we're going to come over and we're going to start all the screens. So if you just click twice on that one there and do the same for the one on the right. There we go. Apologies for my voice, I've been a bit ill recently. Okay, so while we're here we're going to go ahead and turn on the CICU. We're going to turn on the JTRS, sorry. We're going to start the IFFCC. Double click it to go past the test. We're also going to turn the targeting pod on and we're going to arm the laser as well. We're going to leave the master off and the guns, so we don't really need those. Turn the anti-skid on as well, which is here. And while you're here and you're almost ready, we're going to go across to the other side where the batteries are, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and turn the APU generator on now because if we check just on the APU, as you can see we're at about 100 now, so we're all good. And we'll go ahead and start the gen. There we go. And you can see the screen's coming alive. At this point it's going to get noisy, so press Control C and that'll close your canopy for you. Down it comes. Once that's closed, we're ready for engine start then. So if you want to go ahead and start the engines, to start the left engine you hold Alt GR and home, and that should start the sequence. You can monitor that down here, just there. RPM and PSI. Along with the temps, monitor everything, make sure everything is okay. Also, you'll know the engine is fully started when the engine start cycle light is extinguished. So we'll just wait for all that. Okay, just cancel that master caution. Okay, so when the screens are alive, we can press on the CDU button here. And CDU unavailable, we'll turn that on in just a second when engine number 1 is started. So we're idling on engine number 1, about 60 now, so that's all good. So now we can come down, and these two switches here need to come on for the CDU. That's all good, so now that should start the sequence from up there. And if you want to press DSMS on this one here on the left screen, there we go, so that's basically the weapons page, Digital Stores Management System. So after this, come over to the left, and you'll notice we have a lot, well, we're quite full up on weapons right now. Unfortunately on the screen though it doesn't show any weapons, so what we'll do is while we start the right hand engine, which we'll do now because the light is extinguished, you just press the right control and home, and that'll start that sequence. Whilst that runs that cycle, we'll quickly refresh it. To do so, if you go ahead and hold down the DSMS line select key there, it'll take you to this page. Then what you want to do is you want to you want to press the load one from the right hand side, and it will highlight it there. Replace that one by clicking the DSMS one at the bottom there, and then it will basically put a load one into there. Hold down where it says load, and you'll notice it comes up with all 4 of these options here with a small dot next to them. You want to click it once so it gets rid of all of them and puts an asterisk on the load DSMS button. And then basically you want to hold it down again for a few seconds, and then it should, there we go. It loads all back up to the dots. Then hold down the load button again, and then you can then select DSMS from the left and replace it with the load. And if you now click on this one where it says DSMS now at the bottom, there we go. All our weapons are loaded in and we've refreshed it. So we've got 1,150 on the ammunition of the GAU-8. Got some GBUs, AGMs, AIM-9s, all sorts really, including our targeting pods on there, so that's all good. Okay, so now the right engine has started. We're going to come over to the left hand side down here. I'm going to press all 4 of these on left to right, or right to left, depending on what you prefer, it doesn't matter. Beneath the right hand side one here, directly below, is a small black button. You want to press that because that's the takeoff trim. You want to also at this point probably set 1 notch of flaps depending on what you fancy. There we go. So let's right click that once, there we go. Just to verify the boost pumps are all on there. Okay, and at this point you can also shut down the APU. So by doing this you turn off the bleed there, and then you come across and you turn it off again there. You'll hear it now shut down. What we want to be doing is we want to check the CDU page on the right hand side. Screen. I'm just going to say screen because I can't think of the technical term off the top of my head. And you want to wait for basically when it says T equals 4008. So we've got a few seconds. We've got a little while to spare for a few seconds. So while we do this, we're going to turn on the lights. Unfortunately, you can't get a very great view unless you have track IR, so I'm going to have to sit by this one. So we're going to turn on the windshield defog and de-ice, just because we can. And we're going to turn on the canopy defog as well, along with the windshield brain and removal and wash. Okay, these 2 are already on. We're going to turn on the pitot heat there, and we're going to turn on the temperature and pressure control by double clicking it because it goes back and then forward. We don't really need to mess with the flow level controls at the moment. Air conditioning should be. We're going to leave that where it is because I believe it's already in auto. I should really say at this point, I should have said at the start of the video, this isn't the exact flow of what is recommended, but it's the way I was taught and the way I like doing it. It's much faster than most, so it works for me, so it should work for you. Formation lights, we're going to turn them all the way on. We're also going to turn the anti-collision lights on. Oh, we have to wait till we turn till we turn everything else on really. Position lights, we're going to turn them on, and we're going to leave the rest underneath that because the rest had to do with the internal lighting and we don't need any because it's daytime. So where are we at now? INS nav is ready because if you look, T equals 4008 is on. We've got a flashing icon saying INS nav is ready. So if we just press nav, there we go, we're all aligned. Everything is aligned. If we zoom in down this section here, we can turn on the EGI. And then also, what we can do, but it is very difficult, is there's 2 switches just beneath the throttles. So I'll do that when we taxi off, because what I'll do is, actually I'll do it now, I'll hold the brakes down and I'll throttle up a little bit so I can get a good view. And then turn those on, you'll see them there. I'll zoom in a bit more actually. So they're a pain in the ass to see. So brakes are held, there we go, there they both are. There we go, throttle's back down. There we go. Okay, so other than that, we also need to turn on the nozzle steering, which if you have a look at these 2 lights here, as like if you press insert on your keyboard, steering engaged, there you are. Okay, so at this point all you want to really do is when you get to the runway you turn on the the landing lights there, that one there. Turn mine off. If you right click, it goes to taxi mode. Okie dokie. So we've got good engine start. Both idling around 61 roughly, or 62. PSI is the same, roughly about 58, 59. And we've also got good temps at about 57. Right, yeah, APU is turned off, as we can see here. No EGT. Fuel flow is good at the moment, idle. Countermeasures we don't need at the moment, that's these here. We usually turn these on, but I'm not going to, just for the sake of argument. And that is all there is to it, really. You're all started and you're all ready to go. To fire the weapons, of course, you just flick both of these on. As soon as your landing gear comes up and the weight on wheels switch is deactivated, which will, of course, what happen when you put the landing gear up, you'll then be free to fire. If that doesn't work, you go to the back of the cockpit. This guarded switch here, the red one, pull it up and carefully try and flick the switch up, and then it's basically overridden and you can now fire on the ground, or if your gear gets stuck, you can then fire. Not recommended, but in cases you can. The only last thing to do now is to press Control key, and that turns all your lights on and activates them. Good luck with your flying, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope you comment, rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.